the topic I want you to help us understand is ESG. What is it, and what is the same thing? Is that what China's doing with their social credit score? And so, I don't know that much about it. Tell me.
Absolutely. So ESG, that's one of the topics that I would love to discuss on today's program. I would say it is probably the most important happening, the most important newsworthy thing that we can possibly discuss right now in America. There's all these different factors that are going to contribute to the perfect storm. But ESG paired with this climate change agenda, that's how ESG is thrusted forward. We're going to get into what it is. It is what will cripple America. So ESG, it stands for environmental social governance. Some might say it refers to environmental social justice governance. So it is a credit score of sorts issued by banks that measures just how green your company, your business, your investment opportunity is. And a poor score will result in loans and investment opportunities being denied. So when people talk about ESG, they are given a score that's very similar to the draconian social credit scores that we're seeing issued to nearly every single person in China. ESG is our own version. And sure, right now, the major banks are issuing it to corporations, to businesses. But they are now, Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, are now issuing ESG scores to their customers, and it is going to cripple this nation. Let me just give you an example, okay? So what do you mean banks can deny loans based on their score of how green they are? So just to maintain in America our natural gas productions, there has to be serious investments made every single year. So who provides capital for a piece of the pie through interest? Obviously, that's banks. So in 2021, $43 billion were invested into the gas and oil industry on top of their regular investments. $43 billion in 2021. On top of their regular investments, last year in America, around $10 billion of new investments were invested into the oil and gas industry. Now, that doesn't make any sense, especially if you have any type of business in your brain. Whenever the investors understood the returns that could have taken place in 2022, there was a crazy high demand for it, and there wasn't enough oil to go around. That's why our gas prices shot up to nearly $5 where I'm from, and they still haven't gone down. So logically, in 2022, this would have been the time where we would have seen radical investments, unprecedented investments in the oil and gas industry like never before. So why only half of the previous year? Let me tell you why. It's because of the banks. The banks have decided that it isn't the moral thing, that we must reduce our carbon footprint for the survival of us all. It's false, it's lies, it's the climate change Trojan horse. And those that are controlling this horse from within are going to kill us, okay? Just like the Greek soldiers hiding deceptively, right, within the Trojan horse were able to take over the entire city, those responsible for creating the inaccurate climate change narrative based on falsified science will be able to take over America with it. So both the horse and the narrative are hollow, just like the gullible Trojans who believed the horse was a gift to be offered to the false goddess of Athena, the god of war. This climate change Trojan horse was constructed to the false god of Mother Earth, right? Which is simply just a shadow of Satan, is who they truly worship. But just like those Trojans that day were slaughtered and killed because of the fake god, to the fake gift to the god of war, those taken by this deception will soon understand that it will cost them their freedom. It will ultimately cost them their lives. You see, understand this. It is not about climate. It is about implementing socialism. It is about taking down America to her knees and enslaving the people. And the largest banks in America have issued for businesses an ESG credit score that measures, how green your company is, and blocking those investments. And like I said at the top of this, Merrill Lynch, Bank of America are doing that now to their customers. So not only are states like California aggressively shutting down the plants, the government is also issuing banks to prevent future investments into the industry. It's all based off of ESG. So I'll wrap up this section by saying this, because there's so much more we need to talk about with ESG. This is what is causing our food prices to go up. The farmer who uses a combine and other tractors, they're paying twice as much, right, for the diesel. And he has to spread fertilizer, which comes through petroleum. The trucks to transport need fuel. The plants to process need energy. It affects every way of our life, and it will soon affect us even to a greater proportion.